We stopped in Lake Charles, and there's a Mardi Gras museum here. Mardi Gras in Lake Charles is the second biggest. It's only second to the Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Anyway, this outfit this mannequin, that would be his size, and right next to him is his costume that he wore. You can see this right here would have sat on his shoulders. His head would have been poking through that. And there's a view of him. There's his head. That's pretty amazing. Alright.
Oh yeah, they probably don't see much.
No, we didn't.
I didn't know it was so good.
Yes.
They're really good.
It's a fancy cinnamon roll.
Yeah. But they come in different flavors. What is the traditional one? Just a basic cinnamon
Basic
one?
cinnamon, and usually it's sour cream or Bavarian cream. And then they move into the strawberries, berries, and things like that.
Yeah, I think I would like it. I love it. We missed out this year because we were out of town.
Okay.
Hey, Jack, come on in. Welcome to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, a lot of the costumes are amazing.
Over the past years, members such as Dr. Sam Emerson, Mr. Joe Champagne, and Mr. Rob...
In 1955, Mr. Navarra helped the Sulphur 50s Club become a full-fledged Mardi Gras crew in Lake Charles Parish and renamed the organization the Crew of Cosmos. Longing for involvement in his own crew, Mr. Navarra, a longtime Mardi Gras fan, formed the first Lake Charles all-men's crew, Crew of Contraband. Contraband's ball was held at the Lake Charles Country Club in 1964, the first, and he served as captain of it for 25 years. Crew of Mystique was formed in 1972 by Mrs. Shirley Bonin and her friends Genevieve Smythe and Monty Boyer, who formed the first Lake Charles Ladies Crew. Also in 1972, the fraternity of Omega staged their first African-American Mardi Gras celebration with Mr. Joseph Moffett and Herman Guidry directing. In 1979, Crew de la Famille formed a couples crew. Determined to be a parading crew, their founders and captains, Anne and Lee J. Molizon, decided to pull together the captains of the existing crews to form the first public parade in modern-day history in Lake Charles. The organization of Crew of Crews was formed with the captains of all crews participating, and the rest is history. The Lake Charles Mardi Gras is known to be an open one, open to everyone, not just for a few. Today, after 30 years, the public celebration has grown to where there are now 50 Mardi Gras crews participating in the Lake Charles celebration. Please continue your stroll through our captain's costumes and note that each costume represents a theme for which the captain was responsible. The captain works all year planning the most magnificent ball and celebration so that the guests of all crew members will have memories to last a lifetime. Thank you for stopping by. Now make your way down the hall to the design room where it all begins.
Here's another one of those massively tall
In 1955, Mr. Navarra helped
costumes
the Soul
there.
50s Club
And the big cobra.
become a
There's
full-fledged
where his head
Mardi
would have
Gras
been.
crew in Lake Charles Parish and renamed the organization
And
Crew of
another one.
Longing for involvement
So,
in his own crew, Mr.
there's the
Navarra,
top.
a longtime Mardi Gras fan, formed
And you can see.
the first Lake Charles all-men's crew, Crew of Contraband. Contraband's ball was held at the Lake Charles
And another one.
in 1964.
That's from the Crew of Illusions.
Served as captain of it
And
for
welcome to
25
our
years.
Washington, D.C. connection.
Crew of Mystique
In
was formed in
1944, with
1972
100
by
years of
Mrs.
Mardi Gras
Shirley
history in their
Bonan
Louisiana
and her friends
heritage,
Genevieve Smythe
displaced
and
Louisianians
Bonnie
living in our nation's capital brought the first Mardi Gras celebration to their new home, where there was a thriving Louisiana society of 400 members. The evening was most entertaining, and demand was present to continue the tradition. There was no ball the following year of 1945 due to the war effort, but 1946 saw a revival through the efforts and directorship of Mr. Felix Dan Broussard of Lafayette. The rest is history, including the four kings hailing from our own Lake Charles. In 1955, King Harry Chalkley reigned over the 8th ball dedicated to rice in Louisiana. Lake Charles once again held the honor in 1962 with King the 15th, Boris King, who chose as his queen Miss Rebecca Jo Haney, also of Lake Charles. Their finery can be viewed in its original magnificent state, representing lovely Louisiana, as shown with his true lovely queen. Under the continued guidance of Mr. Broussard and assistants including Lake Charles businessman Ed Prendergast, who served many years as a lieutenant assisting in all aspects of the ball, the traditions of Mardi Gras in Washington grew in fine staging, costuming, and the eagerness of all politicians and area residents to attend. Each year, a king and queen is chosen from the state of Louisiana along with a young queen. Their court includes reigning festival queens from throughout the state that share the honor of being presented along with ladies-in-waiting princesses that are also from throughout the state. The honor of king was also bestowed on Mr. Willis Nolan in 1988 as Old Man River with his queen, Miss Elizabeth Andre Brough, daughter of Senator and Mrs. John Brough. In 1996, our own Mr. Claude Buddy Lee received the title of 49th Mardi Gras King of all mankind. As you can see by my elaborate costume, King Claude made a spectacular entrance once again under the continued guidance of Mr. Broussard. Many young ladies have represented Lake Charles as princesses and festival queens through the years, as shown through their display of photos. The tradition continues every year, currently under the directorship of Mr. Broussard's son, Joe. Many area residents travel to Washington each Mardi Gras season to continue to promote Lake Charles's representation of traditional Louisiana Mardi Gras. Please enjoy our exhibit.
In 1979, Crew de la Famille
And welcome to our Washington, D.C. connection. In 1944, with 100 years of Mardi Gras history in their Louisiana heritage, this place Louisiana living in our nation's capital brought the first Mardi Gras celebration to their new home, where there was a thriving Louisiana society of 400 members. The evening was one of the
Y'all can do that.
Any words of wisdom you'd like to say?
Look at right here. We peeled the feathers back on this so you can see how they're made. It's a little tiny wire frame. It gets welded or soldered together. They'll cover it in the fabric and then decorate the front of the fabric.
Wow. A lot of work.
And these have the little wire. The larger ones, the wire gets bigger.
Drive some support. Yeah, I would imagine it's probably like pretty much a lot of weight to carry too.
These maybe 15 or 20. The really big ones, 30 to 50, depending on how big.
And then you get the wind on them.
Well, luckily they wear them indoors.
Ah, these are indoors. Okay. Yeah. they come up with a design, they sketch it, and then it's made. So they start working after Ash Wednesday. Wow, hard to believe.
I've been working in the workroom all the livelong day. Oh, hey! Y'all come in and look around for a while. Look at the nice costumes. My character is in the memory of the well-known designer David Oakman. Look to your right at the monitor and view his teachings at a national costume show. To explain a little about what goes on behind the scenes, the captains decide on a theme and a basic design of the costume. Then with help from the designer, he sits down and draws out the design. The costumes are made to order with prices ranging from a few $100s to thousands, $2,000, $3,000, and sometimes even $5,000. In most crews, court members pay for their own costumes. In a few crews, the captain's costumes are paid for by the crew. The designer and the seamstress stay very busy. Work begins immediately after Ash Wednesday. There are designs to be made, then approved by the captain. Fabric and trim are purchased, and then work begins. In the final month, there is little time to clean the workroom, as you can see here by my work. We burn the midnight oil, finalizing the trim and all that goes with it. Very little time is had for anyone to eat or sleep. Many of the costumes have wire work in the collars and headpieces, as you can see to the right or on the monitor. A designer has to have special ties to bend and shape the wire to create a special design. It takes hours of work from beginning to end to acquire the desired shape and to create the finished creation. Please continue the tour, noticing the sketches along with the pictures and the costumes. The path will lead you to the beginning of carnival season and throughout life. Please enjoy.
Okay. So they draw sketches, and they color.
Come here, I want to see how you look.
I've been working in the workroom all the livelong day. Oh, hey! You come in and look around for a while.
Who's that?
Okay. They start out in black and white, and they colorize them, and then they build them.
You have the ones that have arguments and decide that always happens.
Let's see. We're entering a king cake, it looks like.
Yeah, we have the Winter Olympics, Mickey and Minnie.
Oh.
We have the NBC Peacock.
Okay, so that's like looks like a king cake right there. The colors, the roll, and here's the little baby that sits inside the king cake.
I wonder who's going to get me tonight. Hi, I'm the life of the party. I'm the Brain Fly. Each year we have a big party that starts on January 6th. There are 11 other babies just like me, in the pieces of cheese given at the party. If you're the lucky one finding one of us, and you get a great prize. Remember, it's January 6th. So come shine with me.
King cake. Whoever finds the baby has to host the next seasonal party, as well as crown that person king of the day. Pretty neat.
Yummy, yum yum, king cake.
King cakes. This illusion, the crew of illusions, makes some really neat costumes. Here's another one of theirs.
Hey, look, I'm over here. You see our floats? We have lots of floats in all of our parades. In fact, we have a lot of parades here in Lake Charles. Beginning on Friday night, we have the Merchants Parade. And then on Saturday, around noontime, we have the Crew of the Makers Parade. And that is followed by the Crew of Baucus Parade. That's little dogs in costume over by the seawall. On Sunday, after the Children's Day activities, we have the Children's Parade. And later that night, it's a lighted boat parade. On Fat Tuesday itself, at 10:30 a.m., we have the Red Hat Parade. And then this year, we're going to follow that one with a new parade called the Royalty Parade. That will consist of all of the kings and queens to the royal court from the cruise through the years. And our grand finale later that night will be the Crew of Cruise Parade. And this is the one where we have all of the crews in the area participating. We have over 60 units in the parade. And everyone will be throwing beads and cups and caps and trinkets and naturalisms and blooms. Here in Lake Charles, we have a lot of activities going on. And please remember to visit our Convention and Visitors Bureau while you're in town for information on our points of interest. We hope you will visit us again soon. And remember, laissez le bon temps rouler.
Spike.
Hey, look, I'm over here.
Here's
See our float?
another scroll over here. They had two Gone with the Wind.
We have a lot of parades
Here's the
here.
Gone with the Wind theme, and they have one in the other room too. It's pretty funny.
Saturday,
Hers looks just like it. She's got the curtains on, you know, the green velvet curtains with the gold tassel.
I'll say, what is that clucking you've been doing all about?
Well, it's not no clucking. It's my mating call.
A mating call, you say? Oh, what you calling for?
I'm looking for a respectable, fine-feathered friend to court me.
Well, Chickadee, you found one right here, thanks to that clucking call you made. Let's head on over to the cider mill. I'll treat you to a fresh donut and a sweet drink of their apple cider.
Well, thank you, sir. Don't mind if I do. Now, that's what I was looking for. A real gentleman.
These are samples of some of the gifts that were given to the guests as they arrived at the Mardi Gras balls.
Oh, okay.
When you sat at your table, the place setting usually had a small gift at each one of the settings. And it could be anything from a mask to There's some little plates in there with names on them and their crests. Some of them give mugs with their crew crest on them, jewelry, whatever they can find.
Welcome to the Royalty Room, featuring carnival finery worn by our major donors. I represent the first king of contraband, Mr. Rudolph Krauss, crowned King Charles I in 1964. The Lake Charles Mardi Gras balls were staged with the intent of entertaining all invited guests. This black tie event is held each year before Fat Tuesday, which is Mardi Gras Day. Each crew selects a weekend in the carnival season and traditionally has its date set from year to year. At each ball, guests are honored with favors that are given during the call-out dance as a token of the dance. Guests are treated royally and have many memories of a fun-filled, elaborate evening. Look around, note the examples of favors. The porcelain masks are typical, along with personalized goblets, crew doubloons, and various Mardi Gras memorabilia. Enjoy our beautiful costumes as you wind through the elaborate mantles, the bejeweled trains hanging on the walls, and stop to notice the monitor alive with the merriment of Mardi Gras. Have you ever been in a parade? Well, just wait. After viewing the monitor, you're in for a big surprise, for it's parade time. Let's board a float for the big crew of Crews Parade. Get ready for the sounds of sirens, of cheering bands, and listen for, throw me something, mister. Laissez les bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll.
We'll use Mardi Gras because January they mess up on the resolution. Mardi Gras coming up, let's try it again. So they'll use that, you know, instead of giving up something for Lent, they'll try and use it as a
Crowned
means.
King Charles I in 1964. The Lake Charles Mardi Gras balls were staged with the intent of entertaining all
Cowboy boots that
invited
they've
guests.
embellished, right?
This black tie event is held each year before Fat Tuesday, which
It's
is
old
Mardi Gras
ones.
Day. Each crew
Spike.
selects a weekend of the
Spike.
carnival season and traditionally
Basically
has
what they will
its
do, they'll
date
find an
set
older pair of
from
shoes
year
they don't
to
wear
year.
anymore and
At each
use them for a
ball, guests
costume.
are honored
Yep.
with favors that are given during the
I like the two
as a token of
Gone with the Wind
day.
theme ones. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Guests are treated royally and have many memories of
He
a
says, "Okay, you're
fun-filled,
pushing it, Bill."
elaborate evening. Look
You
around,
okay,
note
Spike?
the
Okay.
examples of favors.
He says,
The
throw me
porcelain
something.
masks are typical,
Throw me
Mister.
something,
along
mister.
with personalized goblets, crew doubloons, and various